The restaurant was unusually full that evening. Soft music floated through the air, glasses clinked gently, and quiet conversations filled the space. In the middle of it all, a black woman walked in through the front door. Her name was Naomi Carter. She wore simple clothes, nothing flashy, and looked tired, but there was a calm strength in the way she carried herself. She paused for a moment, then walked toward the reception desk where the manager stood. The manager, Ethan Blake, was dressed sharply in a suit, standing tall with practiced confidence. He glanced at Naomi briefly, then looked away as she politely asked for a table. Without checking the system or asking a single question, he said, "Sorry, we're fully booked." His words were smooth, but his tone felt cold. Naomi looked around and noticed several guests being seated without reservations. Still, she stayed polite and asked if she could wait. Ethan's expression hardened. Leaning slightly closer, he said, "This place may not be what you're looking for." His voice was low, but loud enough for nearby tables to hear. A strange silence spread across the dining hall. Some people avoided eye contact, others watched quietly. Naomi lowered her eyes, took a slow breath and stepped aside. She didn't argue. She didn't raise her voice. She simply waited. What no one in that room knew was the kind of day Naomi had already had. She was in the city for a confidential evaluation. Naomi was the executive director of the Carter and Wells Foundation, an organization that worked with major businesses to review ethics, inclusion, and customer treatment. That evening, the restaurant was part of a quiet, unannounced assessment. No one was supposed to know. Naomi sat on a chair near the wall and pulled out her phone. Calmly, she sent a short message. "I'm inside. Situation confirmed." Then she put the phone away and waited. Ethan continued his work, deliberately ignoring her. Time passed. More guests arrived and were seated with ease. Each moment made the situation clearer, not louder. Just minutes later, the front door opened again. 3 professionally dressed individuals walked in with purpose. One of them asked for Ethan by name and told him the owner needed to see him immediately. Ethan looked confused, then annoyed, but followed them to the office. The door closed. Inside, the conversation lasted only a few minutes. Outside, the room felt tense. When Ethan came back out, his face had lost all color. The owner walked beside him, looking serious. The owner's eyes went straight to Naomi, and recognition hit instantly. "Ms. Carter," the owner said quietly, "I am deeply sorry. Please come with me." Everyone was watching now. Naomi stood up calmly. Her voice was steady as she said, "I didn't come here just to eat. I came to see how dignity is treated when people think no one important is watching." The owner turned to the room and announced that Ethan had been removed from his position effective immediately, pending a full investigation. He also stated that the restaurant's partnership with the Carter and Wells Foundation was officially terminated. A wave of shock moved through the dining hall. Some guests looked stunned. Others looked ashamed. Ethan stood silently, staring at the floor. Naomi didn't celebrate. She didn't lecture anyone. As she walked toward the exit, she said one final sentence, quiet but powerful. "Respect costs nothing, but it means everything." Later that night, a short statement appeared online. No names were mentioned. No video was shared. Just a reminder that discrimination often hides in quiet moments, not loud ones. The restaurant issued a public apology and announced new training policies. But for Ethan, the damage was permanent. His career ended not because someone shouted, but because someone watched carefully. The lesson was simple and lasting. It doesn't take authority to humiliate someone, only ignorance. And sometimes, the calmest person in the room is the one with the greatest power.